And welcome back into the Bettor Half Hour, my favorite segment where we bring you veterans in the sports betting space. You've seen them crush on this show, as well as the Betting Exchange. Host of Picks Wise, as well as on Sirius XM. Adam Ronis back in the building. Adam, great to be with you, my friend. How are you?
Doing well. It was a good weekend, although I am a Cowboys fan, so it was a gut-wrenching loss, but that's the good thing about betting, right? I won a same-game parlay on that game. You can't bet with your heart. I had Brandon Ayuk and Deebo Samuel props, so in the end, I won some money. So the Cowboys are not paying my bills. Betting does.
I love it. All right, well, I want to start off with your NFL playoff betting philosophy. Do you have any for the viewers out there, and maybe some do's and don'ts?
Yeah, I don't think anything changes drastically in the playoffs. I mean, I'm doing the same process. I think you have to be careful because there's a lot more information out there and you could fall victim to some faulty stats. I think the key is you do not have to bet on every game. You know, everything is a standalone game now. And I think some people feel like, oh, there's a game on, I have to bet something. Now, maybe you don't feel good about a side or a total. There's player props. There's other ways to bet during these games. So don't feel like, oh, there's a game on, I have to put money down. If you're not feeling anything, just sit back, relax, and wait for the next game. And the other thing is be careful with some of these stats out there. Like this past week, it was, oh, Josh Allen can't play in the cold. Well, one of those games was his rookie year. Two of them were his second year. He's a different quarterback now compared to then. One I'm seeing this week, the Bills have lost 6 consecutive playoff road games. I mean, it's one factor, but to me, you can't base your bet on that. And the other thing is don't overrate these regular season matchups. We have 3 games this week that occurred during the regular season, but they all occurred early. It was week 3 for Rams-Bucks, and the game was in LA, not Tampa. San Francisco, Green Bay, also week 3. Elijah Mitchell didn't play in that game, and he's a key factor for them. And then, of course, the Chiefs-Bills in week 5, where the Chiefs are a different team now, especially on the defensive side. And the Bills forced 4 turnovers in the game. The Chiefs had none. Clearly, that is going to change the complexion of a game when you win the turnover battle +4.
How about looking forward to who could run the table? If you were going to look at this past weekend and put your money on a futures team, or you can go divisional 1 seed, little Titans or Packers as well, that you would like, that you'd share on a futures.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything clear-cut here. I think no one stands out. But if you were saying which team would I do, it would be the Bills. And it's not because of the way they played last week. I think you can't overrate what you saw last week, and a lot of people do that. I just think the best thing that happened to the Bills was that Monday night loss in that terrible weather against New England. They were asking the players after the game, were they embarrassed? And you could see they just walked out in the interview. So I think that was the smelling salt that walked them up. This has been a good team for the last couple years. I mean, obviously, this is a tough game this week against Kansas City. But if they get past this game, I think they get to the Super Bowl, and I think they win it. So depending on the book, I'm seeing around +500 right now. So, yeah, I mean, Green Bay is an easy one if you think they're coming out of NFC. But for me, it would be the Bills.
All right, and how about on an early line movement for this divisional round of games? We've seen the Niners line move a little bit. This Jimmy G shoulder now, in addition to the ligament, moved the line. I'm seeing 3.5 for Cincy. Don't know if that hook will stay or not. What do you like if you were to fire early this week on a line that's sticking out to you?
Yeah, I lean towards Tennessee right now. I think the Cincinnati Bengals are the sexy public team. Why not, right? Joe Burrow. Who doesn't like Joe Burrow? But they have issues protecting him. He was under a lot of duress last week. I felt they ran the football too much. They need to throw more, especially in this matchup. Tennessee's front four is good. Tennessee's not a sexy team, but they've gotten the job done this year. They've beaten some good teams, and now this is the healthiest they've been, assuming Derrick Henry plays this week, and I think we all do. Yes, Derrick Henry hasn't played since October 31st, but this guy is just phenomenal. I mean, he could go 10 carries, 30 yards, and then break off a 70-yard run. A.J. Brown is healthy. He's one of the best wide receivers in football. Julio Jones hasn't been healthy. It's been a disappointing year, but this is what they got him for. So I think the Tennessee, they're just not a team the public likes, and you're seeing that because the Bills and Chiefs have better odds to come out of the AFC. But the Bengals have concerns on the defensive line, and I think they're maybe a year away. So I like Tennessee, and we saw it opened up at 2.5, and it's already moved to 3.5.
Well said, and I'll get you out of here with this. a team that's an underdog that you feel comfortable with this weekend, either outright stealing it or with the points, your best bet for the divisional round?
I think actually all of these underdogs have a shot, but the one that I'm going with is the Bills. And we've seen that around 2.5, 2. I just think that they have figured things out, and especially running the football. They had no run game earlier in the year. They have leaned on Devin Singletary, and I think that's a dimension they were missing. Their defense is very good. They've already won in Kansas City this year. And even though, again, I'm not going to overrate that it was week 5 and Kansas City is better, and I think this is the best game of the weekend, but I lean towards the Bills. I think they win this game.